Academic collaborations with industry partners is vitally important to advance research. And it's really an important part of what we do at OTD. For companies, it really provides insights into what's over the horizon, what kinds of problems are out there. And for our researchers, it brings real-life problems into our labs and data sets. HouseZero is an incredible test bed for technologies that can make the world a better place.
In order to do innovations in research, you've got to have some apparatus or tools that would enable you to push the boundaries, to research things that might not have been possible otherwise. The building is a lab, but it's not a typical lab. It has an infrastructure that is linked to all these uncertainties that exist within the building itself. We are combining the power of data and the power of learning algorithms in a way that it would learn by itself. All of a sudden, it expands our horizons of how we can utilize this information.
Harvard is a really big place. We work with over 700 labs across the university and the various schools. And so for a company, OTD really serves a role to make it easy to find faculty labs, researchers working on specific problems that they're interested in. Simple ways to make those connections and bridge the gap between the interests of a company and the mission of a university. They're completely different worlds, but it's really a symbiotic relationship, and both sides get different things out of it.
The building was designed for two main purposes. One purpose is to find what's possible with existing technologies. The other, to develop a research facility. There is a very special area within the building itself. We call it a live lab. It's a mimic of the entire building. And that's what we use initially to try to test facades. You can experiment also with algorithms and then deploy it to other zones within the building. We try to use a couple things. One is passive technologies that have been utilized for many years. I would say some of them for thousands of years. And we coupled it with automation as well as systems that would enable itself to learn based on existing conditions. For systems to learn based on its own conditions, it's going to require data, a lot of data. So the data is captured through all these sensors that exist within the building. The data that we're getting allows us also to ask questions that we have not asked before, to be able to utilize this data to operate better buildings. We have the building itself, and we have a digital twin of the building. So we have the capacity now to experiment with ways of visualizing information that's typically not possible for someone to be able to see. HouseZero, it's a facility that allowed me to do my work as well as my researchers in a way that otherwise it's impossible to do somewhere else.
This project is a really important one for us at OTD because it's just so important to establish a trajectory whereby many of the technologies being developed within HouseZero could then be commercialized to make a contribution to mitigating climate.